set your heart on Him and His promises? Are you in love with God? If you will begin to do that, you will be amazed at what God can do in your life.
Hello and greetings, everybody. I am Jean Turner, aka Coach Jean, aka Militant Minister. I am the host of Health Chat with Coach Jean, internet radio and global podcast show, as well as the CWO, Chief Wellness Officer of Spirit of a Warrior Life Enterprises here in Hotlanta, Georgia. And so I am here on the Living Faith Out Loud virtual stage to encourage you, to encourage those of you, if you like me, you might be walking through a season of adversity. But I want to encourage you today with this word. Do not arrest in this place. Do not arrest in this place of adversity, in this season of adversity. And so recently I was asked the question, how are you living your faith out loud, and what did you do to overcome? And so this coming Monday will mark 3 years since I coded in an emergency room near my house. I went into cardiac arrest. And unbeknownst to me at that time, the doctors had told my husband and family that I only had a 1% chance of survival. Yes, dig that, a 1% chance of survival. But God, that's all I can say, but God. Fast forward to the present. I find myself faced with another health challenge. Here I am again, back in the midst of adversity, but I heard the Lord say to me, and I want to share with you. He said to me one night, do not arrest in this place. And so to arrest means to stop, to suddenly cease from movement or motion, particularly forward movement or forward motion. And I'm reminded of the story in Mark 5. We're all too familiar with the woman with the issue of blood. We hear much about how she pressed her way through the crowd and how because of her faith, her trust in our Creator, she was permanently healed and restored. But for now, I want to direct your attention to the other key player in this story, who was also in the midst of a season of adversity. His name was Jairus, and Jairus was experiencing a challenging time. He was troubled. He was in distress. He was in a state of serious difficulty. Why? Because back at the crib, his daughter was sick and dying. His 12-year-old daughter was sick and she was dying. And we've all experienced seasons of adversity. There is a level of turmoil. There is even a level of torment, if you will, when you are walking through adversity. I mean, it's just nature of the beast. Turmoil and torment comes with adversity. And so here was Jairus, daughter deathly ill. Unlike the woman with the issue of blood, we can only assume that Jairus had faith to believe that Jesus could heal his daughter. Because if he did not, then why else would he have approached him in the first place, right? I mean, he sought him out. Jairus sought out our Creator, not the other way around. So even though, the good book says, it doesn't say, as a matter of fact, it does not say whether Jairus had faith or not, or his level of faith, but we can assume that he did have faith. He had to have some kind of faith, even if it was just small as a mustard seed, which is all that's required, right? He had to have at least mustard seed faith. And if you ever seen a mustard seed, oh my God, you can barely see it. It's that small. But if I'm just saying, he had to have at least That little bit of faith, because he sought out our Creator. But, yes, but he had to wait, right? Because when him and the Creator was en route to his crib, right, to heal his daughter, here comes the woman with the issue of blood. Here she comes, right? So he had to wait. He had to wait. Because the woman with the issue of blood, she came along, she pressed her way through the crowd, she touched the hem of our Creator's garment, and this whole encounter, because it was an encounter, okay? This whole encounter delayed their arrival to where Jairus' daughter was. It delayed their arrival back to the crib, right? Because that's where they was on their way to. So he had to wait. Now I want you to think about that for a moment. He ended up having to wait because of this encounter with the woman with the issue of blood. There's something to be said about waiting. There's something to be said about waiting when you are in the midst of adversity. And it has a lot to do with how to overcome adversity. Because waiting, number one, is a process. And it's not so much about the waiting per se, as it is about how we wait. It is how we wait that keeps us from arresting in the place of adversity, of going into cardiac arrest of our heart, giving up hope, giving up faith, our spirit man giving up. So there's something to be said about waiting. Yes, it is a process, but it's more about how we wait. What are we doing while we're waiting for God to deliver us from our season of adversity? Have you ever watched those around you receive their miracle, receive their breakthrough, receive their blessing, get prayers answered, and then here you are, right? Here you are, you waiting on your miracle, you waiting on your breakthrough, you waiting for your prayers to get answered, right? And you wondering, Jesus, did you forget about me? Like, seriously, did you forget about your girl? Did you forget about homeboy here? In the words of Marvin Gaye, it's enough to make you want to holler and send out an SOS. Over here, Lord, I'm over here. Right? Let's be real. Look, I believe in being transparent. I'm real, no chaser, 100%. I've had my SOS moments. I'm like, Lord, like you forget, like don't forget your girl over here now. Help, help. I need your help like yesterday. Okay. And so, waiting is a process. But waiting is also a posture. Yes, it is a posture. And so when we talk about do not arrest in this place, because that's what God had to tell me about 4 months ago. Do not arrest in this place. Do not arrest in this season of adversity. How do we not arrest in a season of adversity? Number one, we got to realize, first of all, wait on the Lord. Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Mount up on wings as eagles. Run and not be weary. Walk and not faint. That's what happens when we wait, as the songwriter sings. That's what happens when we wait. Our strength is renewed like the eagles. Yes, because we got to remember where our strength comes from. But also in that process of waiting, we have to assume a posture of prayer, a posture of worship, and maintain an attitude of gratitude. Because the bottom line is, even in the midst of adversity, we all got something to be grateful for. Number one, he woke us up this morning. And if you under the sound of my voice, you could be, but the majority of us are not in a hospital bed. We're not laying up in someone's ICU. We are not attached to some monstrous machines. We don't have all sorts of tubes coming out of our bodies like I did 3 years ago. So we all have something we could be grateful for. And check this out. Murmuring and complaining like the Israelites did, that is not going to cause your season of adversity to be cut short. As a matter of fact, murmuring, complaining is going to make your season of adversity to last longer than it was intended to. Don't believe me? Go back to the book of Exodus, the children of Israel. A trip that probably only took about 2 days, maybe 3 tops, ended up taking them 40 years because they whined and complained and murmured. No, 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 no. That is not the posture you want to take when you are walking through a season of adversity. So, be grateful. Maintain a posture of prayer and worship, an attitude of gratitude. That's one way how we keep from arresting, keep our heart from going into a cardiac arrest in the spirit while we are walking through a season of adversity. And so Jairus was waiting, right? He was standing there waiting for Jesus to wrap this up, right? Him and this woman with the issue of blood. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap up this encounter. He ain't say that, but let's be real. The good book don't say that he say that. But, we've all been there. We've all been impatient, right? We've all been, okay, what's up, God? What you going to do? Like, I'm waiting on you. When you going to deliver me? When you going to bring me through? I can only imagine, okay, me, Coach G, I'm just going to say, in my mind, in my military mind, I'm just like, okay, can we wrap this up now? I can tell you what I would have been thinking. I'd have been thinking, look, can we please wrap this up? Because I got a child back at the crib. She dying. Like, come on, Jesus, come on. Right? Let's be real, because we're human. Let's just be real. Let's stop fronting. Let's be real, because God already knows our hearts and what we are thinking. So Jairus had to wait until Jesus and the woman with the issue of blood till they, finished this encounter they was having, right? He didn't say to Jesus, come on, remember me. I got a daughter back at the crib. Come on. But no, he stood there. He stood there and he waited. He waited on our Creator. He waited on him, right? And while he waited, he got the report. The people came, they ran up to him and they said, why are you bothering the master any longer? Your daughter has died. Yes, while he was waiting on Jesus to finish the encounter with the woman with the issue of blood, he received word that his daughter had died. And so what Jesus said to him was just so powerful. And this is one verse of scripture that is helping me to walk through my current season of adversity. You want to know what he said to Jairus? He said, and I'm quoting the Amplified version, but Jesus said to Jairus, he said, do not be afraid. Just keep on believing in me and my power. My God, do not be afraid. Just keep on believing in me and my power. Look, in other words, in layman's terms, Jesus was saying, look, I got you. I got you. I've not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I got you. I just need you to keep that same level of faith you had when you first came seeking me out to come heal your daughter. I need you to stand fast in your faith. I need you to live your faith out loud. Be intentional. Walk by faith, live by faith, make faith a lifestyle. Look, I just need you to keep on believing in me and my power. Yes, that's what's up. So Jairus had a decision to make. And the truth of the matter is, we have a decision to make. When we are walking through adversity, we have a decision to make. You know, we have been blessed with the gift of choice. Yes, we've been given the gift to choose. And so it's a choice. We make a conscious decision whether we are going to arrest in our season of adversity, or if we going to do what Jesus told Jairus. Do not fear, just keep on believing in me and my power. Keep walking by faith and not by sight. Walk this thing out by faith. Live faith out loud on purpose. Be intentional with our faith walk. Not wishy-washy, but intentional. Walk in faith so we can walk in purpose. Live faith purposefully. The theme of the conference this year is on purpose. And we have a choice. We get to choose whether we're going to be intentional and live our faith out loud and live it on purpose, live it intentionally, or we choose not to. The choice is ours. The choice is ours. And so, look, we're human, right? We're human. And sometimes our humanity clashes with divinity. I got it, tracking, okay? However, yes, it can be difficult. I get it. But one thing that will keep us, keep me, keep you from arresting in this place, in this season of adversity, is to just remember all the other times that God has brought you through. Ooh, woo! Think of all the times that he has brought you through. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He don't change. Now we change and we get a little wishy-washy, okay? Let's be real. But he don't change. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. If he moved on our behalf in the past, what makes us think he can't do it again? He can do it again. And by faith, look, believing is seeing. Believing, as Apostle Paul says, I believe, therefore I speak. Believing is seeing. If he did it before, he'll do it again. Same God right now, same God back then. That, yes, Ty Tribbett, yes, but so true. So true, because he never changes. Great is his faithfulness. So when we remember how he came through for us in the past, it is this reminder that keeps me anyway, that's keeping me from arresting in my current season of adversity. And hopefully me sharing my testimony with you will keep you from arresting in this place, in this season of adversity. These precious reminders will help us to keep moving forward, to keep pressing forward toward the mark of the prize of the high calling in Christ. Keep pressing forward, moving with purpose and on purpose and in purpose. Yes. And so it's the waiting, it's the posture you take while you wait, and that waiting on him. That's where the strength comes, the renewing of our strength, and keeps our minds from growing weary. I heard someone say the other day, our bodies get tired, but weariness is the mind. It's the mind that gets weary. And when we grow weary in our mind, that will cause us to faint. Growing weary in our mind will cause us to raise up and wave the white flag of surrender. But I'm here to tell you the devil is 5 lies, because we ain't giving up. We ain't surrendering. We will not faint. We are eagles, baby. We are eagles, and we soar high. And so I believe when Jesus told Jairus to keep on believing in him and his power, again, this is the other thing I believe he was saying to him. Don't allow bad news to interrupt your hearing. I'm going to say it again. Don't allow bad news or the bad report to interrupt your hearing. Faith comes by what? Hearing. Hearing by what? The word of God. And so here's the truth of the matter, right? Again, because we're human, right? Because we're human. The truth of the matter is, when adversity comes, many of us, we tend to allow the diagnosis, we tend to allow the loss, the bankruptcy, the divorce, the failing business, the wayward child, the affliction, the infirmity. We allow the adversity to derail us. Yes, think about a train going down the track and it's suddenly derailed. That's what we allow the adversity to do to us. We allow it to derail us and throw us off track like a choo-choo train that's been derailed and has been thrown off track. And so we allow this adversity, we allow it to stop us from moving forward. We allow it to stop us from pressing forward and moving ahead in our assignment, in our purpose. Let's be real. Because we're human. The initial shock of bad news, yes, it can like put the brake, cause you to put the brakes on whatever you had going on, whatever you was moving forward in. It cause you, because we human, we like put the brakes on our assignment because our mind becomes so focused on adversity and what's going on that we allow ourselves to take our minds off our Creator. And so, look, we hear much about the temptation, right? The temptation to sin, the temptation to do this and fornicate and do that. But very seldom do we talk about the temptation to quit. Oh, the temptation to quit when you are in a season of adversity is real. Oh, I'm a testimony. That temptation to quit is real. So look, we cannot quit in this season. We cannot quit, period. Living faith out loud and on purpose and walking in our purpose and with intent, because we got to be intentional. It's time that we make faith, learn to make faith, learn to live a lifestyle of faith. I'm learning. I ain't arrived. None of us are perfect, but I'm learning as I walk through my current season of adversity. I'm learning to make faith a lifestyle. I'm learning to wait on the Lord. And in my waiting, I'm resting in Him and I'm allowing His peace. You know that peace that surpasses all understanding? Yes, that peace. My God, let me tell you, ain't nothing like His peace. Ain't nothing like peace of mind. Nothing like peace of mind, yo. My God. Learning to live a lifestyle of faith. So that when adversity comes, because as long as we are living, we're going to have seasons of adversity. But look. We can walk in our purpose, walk in purpose, and not allow the adversity to derail us. We can walk through seasons of adversity and don't go into cardiac arrest in that season of adversity. And so when we realize that the adversity comes not to break us, but to make us, because the Creator is trying to do something within us. He's trying to perfect something in us. He's preparing us for our next. He's preparing us for our next. And so getting back to Jairus, right, in Mark 5, he had every reason to cease from believing. He had every reason to arrest, to just stop and arrest, to quit believing, to cease from believing that Jesus could heal his daughter. Now he had to believe that Jesus can raise his daughter back up from the dead. Oh, yeah. He didn't allow himself to arrest in that place. Do not allow the adversity to make you forget what he's done for you and what he's doing even now. There's another song that goes, even when I can't see that he's working, he never stops working. He is still working behind the scenes on our behalf, even in the midst of adversity. Do you believe it? Come on now. Faith now. We at the Living Faith Out Loud conference. We talking about living our faith out loud and walking by faith on purpose and with intent. We've got to believe. We've got to believe. Believing is seeing. You want to see the manifestation? You got to believe. We've got to believe. So don't allow the adversity to make you forget all that he's done for you in the past and what he's doing even now. Even now, he's working it out. All things work together for good to those of us who love him and are called according to his purpose. And he put purpose in each and every one of us. Yes, just because you can't see him working doesn't mean that he's not working. Amen. Don't allow bad news. Don't allow the bad report to disrupt your hearing. Again, faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word. Now, there's a difference between facts and truth. And so let me share some facts with you right now so you can understand the truth, okay? The diagnosis, because I'm currently walking through another health situation, no fault of my own. Matter of fact, the doctor said it was caused by these treatments that I was on 3 years ago. But I digress. The diagnosis, okay, is fact, right? But the truth is that by his stripes, I am healed. The truth is that his word is health and healing to my flesh, to your flesh, to all of our flesh, okay? The truth is his will for us is that we prosper and be in health, even as our soul prospers. So the truth of the matter is I am healthy, I am healed, I am made whole. Why? Because I believe I am living my faith out loud. I am living it out loud. I'm walking by faith on purpose. Believing is seeing. Believing is seeing. So I dare you to decree right now, declare these truths, the truth of his word, as you walk through a season of adversity. I am learning. I'm learning because I'm still in this process myself. But when we learn, when we are willing to learn, when we make the decision and make the choice to live and to walk by faith and to do it on purpose, purposefully, intentionally, his peace, yeah, that peace that will have people looking at you like you got 3 eyeballs. Because they could be, they like, how are you so calm? That peace. How is it you haven't lost your mind? Yeah, that peace. Now, there are going to be moments where your faith may waver a little something, of course. Again, we're human. But the thing is, we don't stay there. We don't stay in the places of doubt and worry. We don't stay there. Yes, because we're human, we have emotions. God has given us emotions. But because we are walking and living out our faith, we don't stay in those places. Right? We don't stay there. Because we've taken up a posture of prayer and praise and worship. And we remember how God brought us through before. And if he did it before, he can do it again. Yes. Yes. And so I've tasted his goodness. I remember the times how he brought me through. So think back to the times that he's brought you through. Do not allow bad news, don't allow the bad report to disrupt your hearing. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by his word. And as long as we are living, we will find ourselves in seasons of adversity. The good news is seasons change. Seasons change. Winter turns to spring, and spring turns into summer. Trouble don't last always. Choose. It's a choice. Remember, we have been blessed with the gift of choice, the gift to choose. Choose to maintain an attitude of gratitude. Choose to maintain a posture of prayer and a posture of worship while you wait. While you wait on our Creator to turn it around in your favor. And remember, you're being developed. It's time out for putting new wine into old wine skins. A new thing is taking place here on the earth. A new thing is taking place within our lives. We're being developed. We are being developed. He's doing a new thing in us. So let's choose to be intentional. Let's choose to walk by faith, live our faith out loud on purpose so we can walk in purpose and not rest during seasons of adversity. Again, I am Jean Turner, and I wish you continued grace, peace, and health.